Hi everyone, welcome to a new video. In this video, we are going to be looking at an illustration brief of creating characters that are inspired by American culture, but they cannot be overly used themes or visual themes like the American flag. They don't want that. So since I'm an illustrator, I decided to go with creating animal characters, and since it's the summer, I had to create a banner for a newsletter, and so since it's the summer, this is what I created. So let's start the video and you can watch how I did this. Hi everyone, I'm Christine. I am an illustrator and art teacher living in France. So currently we are experiencing a heat wave, which I'm enjoying so far, but currently the temperature is 25 degrees Celsius, so it's nice. I'm from Florida and Colombia, so I'm okay. I'm really okay with this temperature. However, they are saying that it could reach, in some areas of Finistère where, that was a bus, where I live, it could reach up to 39 degrees, which would be hot. And we don't have ACs here. We do, I love a fan, so I'm okay with using fans, but the problem is for the elderly and for children that these temperatures are very dangerous. So hopefully everyone will stay hydrated and have fans on and stay in the shade and not be too active. So currently I'm in my studio and I rearranged it. I don't know if you've seen my videos before, you know that this shelf was somewhere else. Now it's behind my desk. I changed my desk to face the front door and it just opens it up a bit. Because my studio is small. It's, as the Germans would say, klein aber fein. Small but nice, a quaint little studio. And so I wanted to open it up a bit. I didn't want it to feel so jam-packed. And I thought, I don't need to have the materials against the wall. It's probably better to have it like at the entrance where you see things, and so it's like better this way, or at least I think. Luckily, my husband was very nice and he helped me put everything over on this wall. So I'm very grateful. I'm very grateful that he helped me out, especially since I'm still recovering from a back spasm. But yeah, so today I need to work on an illustration for the school that I'm going to be working with next school year. We're going to be creating newsletters for the parents and students, and so I thought it would be cool to create an American inspired illustration. I don't really want to use the American flag. I would prefer to use just animals and symbols that are associated with the US, like the bald eagle, and since I'm from Florida, I thought I could use the gator, and I could have them wear like a Hawaiian shirt and maybe sunglasses, especially since it's summer now. We're officially in summer. It is June 22nd, so yesterday was a summer solstice. So yeah, so that's the plan for today. So I have two sketchbooks here. I have my marker sketchbook that I'm going to do the sketches in. And then I have my Hirable sketchbook that I was doing Inktober in from last year that I really want to use. And that was the sketchbook that I did my last video in, where I did a character sheet, and I'll be putting a link to it maybe somewhere here or down below. I don't know if you guys want to watch that. In that video I go over how to create a character sheet and what should be on a character sheet. Especially, it's really great for your portfolio, especially if you're looking for representation. Or if you have a story that you're developing, it's a must. You need to create character sheets for your characters because you just need to draw them doing different things in different positions, different expressions. They can't just have the one no, they need to have a variety of expressions so they feel more alive and more real. And the more alive and more real that your character is, the more personable and memorable they will become. So I'm going to be creating the final artwork here, and since it has to be a banner, this is a perfect layout. Perfect, perfect, perfect. And that way I get to use it up because I cannot, this is just a personal rule of mine, I cannot buy another one of these until it's done. And I would like to get a different format. I mean, I have 2 other formats of this same paper, which is a Handmüller watercolor sketchbook, 300 gram cotton rag paper, which is great. I love it. But I would prefer if it weren't this way, but this way. So, all right. So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to be just doing some quick sketches in marker of what I want to do. And personally, I love, there's the tractor driving by. I love using the Stabilo 68 pens. My street is just so busy, so I'm really sorry. I'm gonna have to see what the sound quality is like, but it's too hot. It gets really stuffy. And unfortunately, the door window that I have, the window doesn't tilt, so I have to keep the door open. Either way, I'm gonna stop rambling. But I love sketching with these. It's just the feel, I don't know, I just love it. I just love it. So I'm going to be sketching and coloring with these, and then I'm going to be using some pencils to draw on top of it because I think that looks glorious. And the pencils that I love to use, these are my top brand of pencil. I will use it for anything and everything, are the Derwent Inktense, because you can wet them and you get this really nice line, or you can use them dry. Another truck. Or you can use them dry and they're just nice and creamy and great. And the other pencil that I like is the Luminescence from Caran d'Ache. These are good. These are really good pencils. But those you can't really do much when they're wet. And another one, a third one that I like are the Derwent Drawing. These are really creamy pencils. So I'll use them sporadically if I want to do a certain type of texture or technique. So that's what I'm going to be using for sketching. And then for my final drawing, I'm going to be using, as always, my gouache and ink for the line art and some pencil. So I'm going to switch the camera over and you guys get to watch me as I sketch. So before we can sketch, I need to look for some reference pictures just so that I can get the proportions properly done. I mean, I am not going to be drawing like super realistic, God, all these windows that are open, super realistic illustrations. They're going to be character-driven illustrations, but still, I need a reference picture so it looks realistic. So I believe I saved some. I use Pinterest all the time for reference pictures or things that inspire me. For example, this illustration here, I think is beautiful. I just love it. I think it's a beautiful, beautiful illustration. So I'll just save things that I think are inspiring, pretty, and also just regular reference pictures of animals and people and expressions and faces. So I found, this is a good one. Ooh, this one, he's splashing around. So I'm just gonna draw several. And then for the gator, I also have some, I think I want them to be playing in the water or maybe like racing to the water because I just found a really nice one, or swimming in the water. Maybe swimming in the water would be good. I think that would be neat. Okay, so now that I have my reference pictures, I'm just going to grab any color pen and just start sketching without really worrying about it, and just seeing what type of features do I want. Bigger eyes? Do I want the eyes to be a bit lower, a bit higher? Do I want it to be very fluffy and fat? Do I want it to be skinny? Do I want them to be wearing clothing? That's what I'm going to be doing now. So I have an idea now that I have looked at some references, and I love doing thumbnails when creating illustrations. Hold on, let me position you at a better place. Let's see if this is good. going to have to. I wonder if this is okay, but it's a bit heavy. Come on. No. I wonder if I rotate it. Can this stay in here like this? And if I... Okay, so you're on like a makeshift tripod. I hope it stays. I hope it stays. All right, so as I was saying, stop. I have an idea. So I think I want to have someone here with the ice cream. I'll have the eagle jumping this way. I'll have like this, and then the other leg like this. He could be wearing the Hawaiian shirt. I know an eagle doesn't look like that, but it's just to draw a shape. And then I'm gonna have the alligator here. Oh my gosh. The other leg in the back like that. And I think that would look cute. And I'll have the water here. I think that would be really neat. I have the sand here. And an umbrella here. I think that would be cute. I like that idea a lot. I might remove this person because I don't really like that position of it. It has to be more like this. So then if I have them more, I would have to have them more here. I don't know why I drew that, but either way. This could be the cliffs. Here could be the water, and maybe they're swimming. Oh my gosh, I'm just quickly drawing. Maybe they have, no. Like a snorkel. What else? I think it would be kind of cool if they had like fins. That'd be kind of cool. That would be neat. It's another one we can have a light. Yeah, I think I like those ideas. So I'm going to develop a bit the characters here. So I have my bald eagle now. I will be using this as a side view, this as a front view. I know now how I want the eyebrows, some details in the face, the shape, very nice, smooth, curvy shapes. And now I'm going to work on my crocodile, but I already have a crocodile character. Here he is, he's cut out in acetate. I've been drawing this alligator for a while, so I think I'm just gonna use him. But I'm still gonna create some drawings here. So that's what I'm gonna do here. I will work on them and then I'll show you what I worked on. So I have worked on this illustration brief. I have picked how I want the face to look for the eagle. I have decided to use one of the characters that I have already created, which is this crocodile. He does not have a name, or maybe he does. I think he does. I haven't used him in any of my illustration work for years. He originally appeared when I was creating German language learning material. I'll have to find some pictures of it and I'll post it here for you guys to see. And so he's just there. I've created him and I'm very familiar with drawing him, and so it was easy to draw him again. That's what happens when you practice, create different scenes, create different movements, that you get to know the character quite well. And so I created this with just markers and pencils, just a quick, quick drawing from these sketches. So I used this to create this. And then I used this just to draw them bigger, So I like them. And so now that I like the characters, I'm creating another scene right here in this sketchbook, this. But after talking back and forth with the other teachers we decided to just do a simple header design. And so I have, did I put it in the sketchbook? So I found some like chunky comic type lettering that I really like. And it's this one right here. And so then I'm going to use my iPad to create the digital version of that. And I'm going to work on more of this. So I'm just going to paint this one quickly with my gouache and with my ink, and then go to my iPad, and then I'll show you at the end what I have created and my thoughts on it and some takeaway notes. Hi everyone. So it is the next day and I finally finished the banner illustration with the two characters. This was a lot of fun. I really enjoyed creating them, doing the exercises with the Stabilo pens, and then deciding what I wanted to draw. This was not a sketch that I did in the other sketchbook. I just started drawing here on this, and that's what appeared. I was thinking of maybe adding something that the alligator is like shouting to, hey, but I wasn't sure. Maybe he's just excited, looking at the ocean. He has his, floaty thing on, his ring. And yeah, I don't know. I enjoyed it. I liked the characters. I know, as always, I could push the midground a bit. Maybe I'll add a little bit in post, just clean things up, sharpen some colors, add a bit more contrast, and maybe add a puffin. I might add my beloved puffin. I love puffins here above the water, right here, like somewhere here. But yeah, I really enjoyed it. So thanks for watching me create these characters for an illustration brief. I hope you enjoyed this, and I hope you were able to learn something new or at least be entertained. If you enjoyed this video, subscribe and comment. Let me know what you think, what you would like to see next, and enjoy the summer. And I'll see you guys next time.